Welcome to Best Laid Schemes, where we're playing D&D in the Mythic Odysseys of Theros setting. With me are Adrienne, Darren, Jill and Mark, and last week they enjoyed a celebration of their defeat of one of the Loom sisters. In the company of Anthausa, the legendary hero. And at the end of that session, they were heading out of the city, heading towards Akros, ultimately. But in the meantime, they had just arrived on the outskirts of Amatropho, which is a settlement some distance outside the tree-woven walls of Setessa. And this is where a lot of the livestock of the city are farmed and managed. There are stables here. There's a lot of goats. There are pigs. The plains here are lush and verdant. To the north, they become rockier in the foothills of the Katakthon Mountains, and that is the territory of the Furies centaurs. So, accompanying you are a couple of Setessan warriors, warriors of Ophis Tower, who you met outside Setessa in the Nessian Wood and accompanied into the city. And I have their names. Yes, thank you. Alessa and Rhoda are accompanying you to as far as Amatropho. It's been quite a pleasant journey so far. The sun has been shining. It's a nice walk. And you find yourselves approaching the town. What are you planning to do? This is where all our livestock are managed. We let them roam across the plains for the most part, but there are many shepherds based here, the stables. We do a lot of training on horseback here. There is a small garrison here as well to protect the town from centaur raids, but lately there have been a lot of us posted here. The town, as you're approaching it, it's a fairly sprawling settlement of low buildings, mostly just kind of like brick and plaster walls, like flat, like slightly angled tiled roofs. There's very little that's got anything above a single story. There is a single watchtower near the northern edge of town, and that's attached to a building that's a little bit larger than the others. But it's basically just like a very, very large farmstead. There's a lot of clearly sort of like there's paddocks and stuff on around the edge of town, but also beyond the paddocks there are just animals roaming the plains. It's very pastoral. I'm just trying to think what time it is. It is probably about. Just trying to think what time you set off. I can't remember what we said last week. Right. Okay. The two hoplites lead you through town to this to the watchtower at the north, and say you can stay in the barracks overnight if you wish. It is probably best to set off in the morning. It's not wise to travel the plains at night, especially if you are unfamiliar with the terrain. It gets quite rough north of here. Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can climb. You can all like they show you to a corner of the barracks where they've cleared some pallets for you to sleep on, and you can dump your stuff there. Then she leads you up to the watchtower. From the watchtower, let me see. You can see south. You can see there is a bit of the plains extend dotted with animals. Then there is a bit of a rise up to the matted, tangled vegetation of the north wall of Setessa. You can just make out the watchtower on the north wall, and you know that beyond that lies the great valley that Setessa fills. To the east, you can see the Cataclon Mountains. They stretch from the east right up to the north, and you're basically looking. I say south. It's more sort of southeast towards Setessa. Sorry. So directly south, you can see the vast green mass of the Nessian wood. To the west, there are more plains, not so verdant. You know that ultimately in that direction lies the sea and Meletis, but you can't see it from here. And then, the Cataclon Mountains that stretch across the north. Basically, you're looking along the foothills of the mountains, and you can see that they become increasingly. The bulk of the mountains increases towards the north, and you know that somewhere up in that massive bulk of rock and stone lies the polis of Akros. You can't see an awful lot of activity down on the plains. Let's see. You're going to have to go up into the mountains because Akros is right up in the peaks of the mountains. Hang on a minute. Let me switch us over to the map view. There we go. So let's just adjust that slightly. So we are There we go. So you are in Amatropho. So sorry, you're in Amatropho. You can see the mountains kind of follow, stretch out towards where you judge Akros to be. There is another kind of mountain range that kind of like comes down from the north to meet the Cataclon Mountains, and Akros is kind of like an outpost on the junction of those two mountain ranges. So you don't have to cross the mountains, you just have to climb up into them. Okay. You can't really see very much in terms of individuals on the plains. It's around Amatropho you can see animals, a few shepherds wandering. You can maybe make out some hoplites of Ophis Tower patrolling in pairs, but no visible threats from here. But it's a good view. Yeah, there was another hoplite on watch when you came up. We don't get hydras out on the plains. That sort of legendary creature is fairly rare. She gives you a look and then continues. The raiders generally they're not that stealthy. When we see them emerge from the hills, we usually have half an hour of warning or so before they get anywhere near the town. Normally they would not bother raiding the town, but lately they've been harassing us constantly. Really? Has something happened? Well, if that's true, then that's wonderful news. Thank you. Well, we will keep watch. It has been quiet for a couple of days. We generally don't have much of a chance to communicate with them. They mostly just, if they've decided to attack, they attack. But we shall see. We will keep watch. That's they can. They can. You could try it. Have you ever seen fairies? Have you ever seen fairies centaurs? Yes, Silverbrow is of the Lagona centaurs, but yes, the fairies tribe are much more warlike. That that is this. I think they would. Well, I hope that they might respond to that. Okay. Does anybody else? Anybody want to look for anything else from the watchtower? Mm-hmm. See that. Okay, that's only really going to get the sort of like the immediate area around the base of the tower. Um, yeah. Yeah. You see no undead. Um, you're gonna write. You're gonna write another one then, Deracles. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Right. From yeah, you concentrate and tune your senses in the way that you yeah you you can suddenly you can begin to see these glimmering threads again. The four of you are quite tangled in threads. There are a lot of them stretching northwest, some stretching southwest, a few stretching out to the southeast. You can. They're notable because from up here, there's very little else to interfere with them. You can see little. There are threads around, each and every person moving around. They're all, but most of them are just sort of like linked together or linked to threads that link off. You can't see that much, no. You can. All you can really tell is that the four of you clearly have quite strong bond to each other and to things in the direction of the three Polias. Oh dear. Oh no. That's gonna put a crimp on the stream. Oh no, we can't roleplay without the technology. One of the hoplites comes over to you. You're in a you're in the like a big like shared barracks space, but you're being given a bit of respectful space by the other hoplites. One of them comes over and says, "We could have one of the we could send a bird with a message to Meletis. If you need to communicate with the city, with the polis." We train falcons and hawks here, mostly for hunting and battle, but some of them are trained to fly long distances. What? What is a parrot? Oh, okay. Birds that talk. I've heard of stranger things. Oh, sorry, is Discord struggling a bit? Everything's... Oh no, the entire internet's failing. Okay. Can you hear me? Oh my god, at this rate we will be reduced to doing everything with paper and pencil. It would be ridiculous. Carrier pigeons, yes. The hoplite starts going into great detail about the process of training birds to fly to cities and getting them to traveling backwards and forwards, taking them over there, and then getting them to fly home, and sort of like and slowly taking them further and further before they release them, and so on. Yes, yes, they would go to the barracks of the Reverend Army, who some of our falcons are highly trained enough that they can be given a destination. Um, yes, yes. If you want to come to the falconry with me, then what's the falconry? What's the Okay, yeah. She leads you downstairs, and out the back of the building there is basically an aviary, with a whole bunch of hawks and falcons all lined up with little hoods on. Some of them are being flown out in the big space to the north of the town, and yeah, you can get a tour of the aviary. Is there a better word than aviary? I'm not sure. Aviary. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. But that sounds like a verb. Anyway, you get a tour. The birds are very well disciplined, except for some of the younger ones that are still being trained, obviously. And there are some disgruntled trainers trying to tempt them back with like scraps of meat. Okay. So, does anyone do you want to send a message with a falcon? It will have to be very, very tiny for the falcon to carry it. So, by all means, write a message. I will transcribe it smaller. Still with us, Mark? Oh, Discord is. Oh no. Just very small writing. We are not at war, so there is no reason to use any sort of code at the moment. We are not trying to hide the messages from anyone, unless your message is secret. We mostly don't bother. For the sort of things we are communicating, there is no need for that level of secrecy. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. What are you what are you using to communicate this? Oh, okay. Make it short. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. Um, are you mentioning Penelope in that message? Okay. Okay. Curious now. Okay, so yeah, you can write that down and hand that over to the Falconer, and she will start transcribing it with a. She's using like ink and a quill, but she's writing incredibly tiny on a like little tiny strip of paper. Uh, oh, okay, right. Where are you gonna go to do this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You go down to the you go down to the edge of the settlement, and you concentrate and who are you invoking to cast this spell, by the way? Because yeah, I was just wanted to double check you. Okay, but okay. So the power, it's your power. Um, right. Yep. Yes. Yeah. 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 Okay. So yeah, you you extend your senses in a similar way that you've always been able to do to detect the presence of good and evil, but you are able to extend a little bit further and contact a spirit and put out a call. And is anybody who's with Deracles at this point? Yeah. Okay. Shade, Hester, are you? Okay. Cool. Well, he's gone to cast a spell. Are you with him? Okay. So, Pims and Hester, you will see Deracles concentrates with his eyes closed, and at first nothing seems to happen, and then you see you kind of see like what looks like a star floating towards him across the grass, and as it approaches, more stars appear, and you realise that they're not stars as such, but there's enough of them that forming the shape of a horse. And as it approaches, it becomes more and more solid. It almost looks like a Nyx-born horse. It lowers its head before you, Deracles. You called? Greetings. Bear with me. My name is Alexei. I will do what I can. Thank you. The horse nods and turns to survey the landscape. It seems watchful. It is not. Oh. I'm sorry, it understood. That's all right. It's fine. I've just done a talking horse that understands a language that you speak. Does not necessarily speak it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it just looks so intelligent that you could sense that what it was intending to communicate. You can get you can get it lowers its head to allow you to. Yeah. Oh yes. It apparently turns out spirit horses also like scritches. You. um, you can you can pick up paper at the barracks if you need it. No. Yeah. uh, okay. He will just lean forward and just take the rolled up parchment in his mouth. Alexei, who you have named, Alexei, yes, Alexei tilts his head at you quizzically. Oh, Darren's notes are better than mine. And the horse turns away Um, yeah, funny that. He turns away and begins to gallop across the plains to the west, and is quickly lost to view. Although you realise, Derocles, you can sense his presence in the back of your mind for a good couple of minutes after he's out of sight. You you sense an acknowledgement of sorts. Okay. Message sent. Okay. No, it's a normal human-sized bed, unfortunately. So yeah, not terribly comfortable for you, Derocles. But yeah, the barracks is pretty quiet. Basically, once it gets dark, while the townsfolk gather, there is a tavern of sorts in the centre of town, and the townsfolk gather there. But the hoplites, pretty much as soon as it gets dark, they all settle down and go to sleep, except for those who are on duty. So it's pretty quiet in the evening. Anybody want to go to the tavern or do anything, or just rest? Okay. You're representing the Reverend Army. Okay. In that case, okay. The tavern it's pretty quiet. The clientele are mostly farmers, shepherds. There's one of the falcon trainers is there. They're just drinking and chatting. But so it's not as lively as other taverns you've been in. Most people are appear to be sort of like working on a tab of some sorts, but they will accept your coin if you want. They'll take a couple of copper for an hour. What are you drinking? Watered wine or? Okay. One of the shape. No, it looks pretty. Everything looks pretty chill and quiet. It's it's very much a kind of like people who've been working hard all day, just sort of like relaxing a little bit before they go to bed. There's certainly not a party hard vibe. It is just people are just enjoying each other's company. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So you have you go back to the barracks and settle down. It's pretty quiet in the barracks. Yes. A little bit. Let's see. During the night, Dericles, you are walking through the rocky foothills of the Cataclon Mountains, and ahead of you, you see, in the direction of Akros, you see the clouds beyond the mountains briefly assume the form of a vast horned figure, just for a moment, and you hear a voice reverberating through the mountains, saying, "Take care." It booms. "Strike before you can be attacked. The fairies will show no mercy." And the clouds dissipate on the wind, and you're left walking on through the foothills. And you all awake refreshed. She'll roll on the random encounter table. A goat wanders in and starts chewing on your... Sorry, lost you, Mark. Oh dear. Keep losing you. It's a mystery. You would be familiar with tales of Iroas and Mogis, the two gods of war. One, the two gods of the two different sides of war. One, the god of honor and victory, and the other, the god of bloodlust and slaughter. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just double checking something. Okay. Yeah. Generally, Iroas is portrayed as a centaur. Mogis is portrayed as a minotaur. Mogis. Yes, Mogis is the god of slaughter. It does look a bit more evil. It's it's not. It's clearly it's certainly a bit edgier. Okay. You pack up your things. Does anybody want to do anything before you head out? There's no. They're staying behind here, and yeah, they're joining the garrison to keep an eye out for raiding bands. Thank you for all your service to the polis. It's reassuring to know that there are still plenty of heroes wandering the lands. Safe journeys. I would like that. I'm sure we will see you again. Okay. You... Right. You head out from Amatropho up into the hills. At first, it's a pleasant walk. But the further you get from the cultivated lands, the hills quickly become broken and rocky. It's hard to see very far because the land is so up and down. You're constantly kind of like cresting a small rise, picking your way between rocks, and moving onwards. The ground is dry, hard, covered in scrubby grass. The presence of the mountains kind of before you and on your right is kind of slightly oppressive. And most of the morning is taken up with just picking your way between rocks. It is getting close to lunchtime before you hear the beat of what is quite distinctly hooves. Yeah, there's plenty of rocks about. Some of which are like as big as you, so you could quite easily hide behind them. There are also the land is fairly broken up, so you could get down into a gully between two ridges and shelter there. It's kind of hard to work out which way the sound is coming from, though, because of the way that the hoofbeats echo. Okay, so Dericles, you're going for height, and Hester, you're looking for cover. Okay, Shade, Pims, what are you doing? Okay, Shade? Okay, right, stealth rolls from you three, and Deracles, can you make me a perception roll, please? Okay, yeah, you basically you climb up to the top of a hill, you and with from that vantage, it's pretty clear that the hoofbeats are coming from the north, pretty much directly. There appears to be kind of like a long valley between two ridges, and you're pretty sure they must be coming down that. It looks like that would be the clearest avenue for fast-moving centaurs. The rest of you, what have you got stealth-wise? That's pretty good. Okay, so Deracles, while as you're up there, you see a band of centaurs begin to emerge from behind a rock, maybe a couple of 100 yards away. They're moving pretty much as you imagine down a gully. And are you going to try to hide, or are you going to let them see you? Oh, okay. Right, they turn towards you and begin to spread out. It looks like there's 9 or 10 of them, and they basically they start moving towards you. They're rising up over the ridges and then sort of like briefly disappearing into gullies and then rising up a bit closer. They are. I mean, it's a similar distance. You're maybe within 50 feet of Deracles, because you didn't move very far. But yeah, you are hiding and he's up on top of a ridge. Yeah, where do you? Okay, so you're going to join him. Okay. Right. Yeah, you break cover and join him on top of a ridge. Can Shade and Deracles, can you both make me insight rolls, please? Fine, okay. Right, well, they'll soon be within talking distance, Deracles. Yeah. Shade, they are not fanning out to surround you. They are just charging. Okay. What are you going to shout? Okay. They don't immediately react. Yes, you can. What's the range? Yes. Well, you can catch the whole party with it. Okay. Okay, the centaurs are getting closer now. They're maybe. Oh yes. Yeah. What are you shouting this time? Okay. Okay. Make a persuasion roll. Wow. Okay. Okay. The they don't. They're still approaching. They do slow down to a canter, and begin to as they get closer. Their leader shouts in Sylvan. Why do you trespass on our lands? Speak. We serve no human. We do not know this Ianthe of whom you speak. Make another persuasion roll. $26. Okay. Okay. He does falter. And he stops. He stops and gestures to the rest of the band to hold. Now that they're close, you can see that they are basically covered in tattoos. Some of them appear to be. Some of them appear to have kind of like ritual scarring rather than just tattoos. But yeah, their bodies are covered in artificial patterns that reflect the designs that appear to be carved into the staffs of their pikes, and most of them are wearing kind of like armor over their not on their torso but on their horse body, which is also decorated with similar sort of tribal patterns. Let's see. Okay. I'm just trying to think whether that should be persuasion or intimidation. Okay, yeah, you stand up. Yeah, they noticing you, they adjust their grip on their weapons. Most of them are holding kind of 7-foot pikes. These are our lands. You offer us. You offer us tribute. You must prove yourselves. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you prove yourselves, then you may pass. Common. Yeah. No. You will have to translate. We acknowledge that you have come to us speaking our tongue, offering passage, offering something for passage. Your respect is acknowledged. If you wish to pass freely through our lands. He turns and looks up at the grim bulk of the Cataclon Mountains. Turn to the east. Head into the mountains. You will find a creature there that has been harassing our war bands. Bring us its head. Okay, give me a moment while I Um, Okay, you'll have to give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Yeah, the centaurs are conferring. Oh dear. Um. Hmm. Okay. The centaurs have finished. The centaurs have finished conferring, and their leader steps forward again. Defeat the Bull of Iron. You will have free passage. Ooh, let's see. Make a history roll, Pims. Okay. No. You. Go on then. You make a history roll too. Okay, you do recall. You can't remember the context of the story, but you definitely recall something about an iron bull with really toxic breath. Oh dear. Yeah, let's have a quick break. Yeah, that would be great. And I will, because I'm having issues with the VTT, so I will. I'll do some setup, and then you can do some planning, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so we will be back soon. We will see you after the break. Okay, welcome back. Oh, let me turn the party on. Yes, I remembered to unmute you after the break. Yay! This could be the first session where I've managed to not cock up the audio for the entire session. Okay, so you, what are you doing? Did you want to? Did you have any further questions for the centaurs, or? Yeah. My name is Talib. I've got to write these down, otherwise I'm going to forget them. I'm the leader of my war band. But if you perform this service, I can give you a token that the other war bands will respect. We will find you. Nobody crosses our lands without being noticed. Okay. Go. It is dangerous. You will see. Go. Prove your respect. Okay. The centaurs turn and canter away. They have. East. Turn it east. So you're kind of into the foothills of the mountains now. They will need you to head upwards. So, okay. If I take it that you're going to head generally east. Are you looking for anything in particular? Are you just going to sort of like wander eastward and see what you find? Well, you quickly realise that you quickly find that as you're heading in this direction that the ground slopes upwards. There is a very obvious pass that leads deeper into the mountains. It's certainly the easiest way to go in this direction. Let's see. Make as you're heading in this direction, make a perception roll. You can make stealth rolls. Just maybe perception rolls first, everybody. Okay. 20. Okay. Right. Okay. Most of you, you're just heading up. You just see rocks. Shade. As you're going up, some of the rocks look a little bit unnatural, but you're not sure why. Yeah, there's something odd. There's something nagging you about some of the rocks that have kind of like slid down the mountainside. As you continue, yeah, sure. Okay. You continue up into the mountains. You're getting. Are you going to have a closer look? Go on. Let's see. Make another perception roll if you're having a closer look. Shade, you can have advantage. Nine, 19, okay. 23, okay. Hester, you notice that like some of them are like slightly odd shapes as well. You can't figure it out. Shade, you find a rock that you turn it over and there is half of a face on the other side. Looking closely at it, yeah, it's very detailed. It's a bit weathered. It's clearly been lying here for a while. It's covered in lichen and muck, but I mean, you can't think that anybody would actually come out here and carve a detailed statue. Okay, yeah, you can. Okay, you're heading on. Okay, you head up into the higher up into the mountains. The 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 pass that you're following narrows for a bit, and then begins to open up into a bit of a saddle up in the mountains. It's still covered in, and it's quite fairly broad and grassy, but it's still covered in rocks. What's your stealth roll, Shade? Okay, that's good. Is anybody else attempting to be stealthy, or are you all just... Okay, that's cool. You're clattering along. Okay, cool. So, in that case, you will... let's have perception rolls from everybody, please. And we'll... Okay. Okay. Okay, so as you kind of emerge onto this, it's nice to be off the steep uphill climb and onto a slightly more level area. And as you're just enjoying walking level for a moment, Pims, you notice that what you thought was a rock up ahead is actually there's actually a bit of a glint of light off of it. It's a little bit, it's more shiny than a rock, and then it lifts its head, and it has two large metal horns on it. You realise that you are looking at the back end of a huge iron bull. Basically, its skin is kind of made of iron plates that overlap. They are seem to be like incredibly closely fitted. The workmanship is amazing. If indeed it was created by men or women, but yeah, and so you notice it before it notices you. Let's have initiative, shall we? And let's go to the battle camera. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so you are heading forward, and you have seen up. You'll see that. You have spotted this this creature up amongst the rocks. Let's. How far can I zoom out and still show? You can just about. There we go. We can just about get you all on screen. Right. So, what have we got initiative-wise? Let's. That's appropriate. 17. Okay. Anybody else? 15 for Shade. Deracles? 18. And Hester? 15 was that? Oh, okay. What's your dex? Okay, cool. Yeah. Just after Shade then. Okay, cool. Right, you are... so Deracles, you are first! Yay! Right. I realise I've cocked up the grid size, but I will work with it. That's fine. Okay. Are you moving at all? Let's see. I'm just gonna set you on there. So your movement's 30, isn't it? So you can get about you can get that far. That doesn't actually match the cells. I've made a mess of the. Oh, hang on, I could. Hang on a minute. I'll. Ah! Bear with me. I'm just gonna. Sorry, I've got to do this now. I've just got to adjust the grid cell size so that it's right. I think that will do it. Okay, there we go. Now we have sensible sized. Oh, well, they're slightly offset. Which that one? Yeah, you can get up on that. I'll put you on that on a moment. I'm just going to try to sort out the scale of this properly. Sorry, everybody, bear with me while I. No, smaller. I wish I'd fixed this earlier. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, there we go. Right. So you are going to run and leap up on that boulder. That's cool. 75-foot range is. Have you got the range for that? Okay, good, cool. Okay. 18. That will not hit. No. It well, more accurately, it's your bolt kind of glances off its metallic skin. Okay, that's Deracles. Pims, you're next. Oh, let's get rid of that. Sorry. That will get you up next to Deracles, or behind the rock, or further over. Where do you want to be? Okay. Yep. Yep. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Okay. Noted. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're holding with your javelin poised. Shade, what are you doing? Okay. Are you moving? Where to? Forwards. You can get right up behind Deracles. Yep, next to Pims. How's that? Okay. You can. You can, yeah. Are you going to throw that out forwards? Oh, blimey. That's a bit of a weird. Oh, damn it. I'm going to say that you can. I see, and you want to wait until. So you want to, yeah. So you can, yeah, you can hold your bonus action until it gets close. I'll allow it. Okay. So. Okay, so. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And Hester. What would you like to do? Sorry, let me. Oh yeah, you can move up. Your move's 35, isn't it? Which is you're fast, so you can get right up next next to them, either side, whichever you like. Okay. Do you have a preference? Do you want to be behind the rock that Deracles is on, or? Okay. Okay. In that case, let me just reframe since you're getting a bit closer. There we go. Make it a bit easier to see. You're casting Bless. Cool. Okay. And the bull moves. Let's see. So measure that. What's the distance there? Okay. It moves. It's quite fast. It trots. What's it do? It trots over this way. Towards you. As it moves, you can feel its bulk making the ground shake as it moves, and you can feel like you can hear tiny, high pitched clatter of tiny rocks bouncing as it thuds across the plain. And then let's see. Just check what's the range. Okay, well, it's going to try it. It is going to. At that point, it pauses and it braces its feet, and then suddenly it belches forth this great cloud of green vapor that billows across the plain towards you. Luckily, it peters out and is kind of dispersed on the wind before it quite reaches most of you. But Dericles, it just catches you. Can you make me a con save, please? With your D4. Oh no. Okay. Oh. No. No, saving throw is different. Okay, 8. You can't help but breathe. You can't move away from it fast enough to avoid breathing in some of this green fume, and you can. As you do so, you feel your limbs begin to stiffen. You are restrained, and you can feel something beginning to take effect throughout your body. Okay, it is now your turn again. Let's see. It's not quite it's not within 30 feet yet. Yeah, you can both use your actions if you want to, but for just it is like 30 feet. It's just at 35 feet, which is why you didn't all get caught in the cloud. Yep. Okay. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a duplicate of your counter with a heart on it. There you go. That is your dancing rapier. So are you gonna put that? Yep. Go for it. Oh! What did you roll? That will definitely hit. Okay. Okay. Right. Yep. Your dancing blade basically manages to sort of like stab through its armoured hide between a couple of the plates with unerring accuracy. You can see from the gap like little jets of steam emerge. Okay. It is now. So that was your held action. Right. So now, Deracles, it's your turn. You are restrained, so you can't move. But you can otherwise act. Your speed is 0. Yeah. You can still move your limbs. Yeah, you can. Your attack rolls will have disadvantage, and attacks against you have advantage. Okay. Ooh. Okay, it doesn't seem to lift the kind of like the cramps and stiffness affecting your muscles. At the end of his turn, he does, yeah. Okay. At the end of your turn, can you make another saving throw? You've got your bless bonus as well. Okay. You see the Deracles has strangely sort of like slowed. You've noticed, and as you watch, a grey pallor creeps over his ruddy fur, and he freezes into position. His body turning to stone. Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna give you a little chain icon for stone. Okay. Next up, Pims. There. So, how far? Sorry. There. Okay, go for it. Okay. Oh no! No. Okay. You have to throw the javelin, don't you? Okay. So the right. The you throw the javelin, but it glances off the armored hide and it clatters into the rocks out of view. So that way. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a good like 20 foot high. Okay. Okay. So that's 10, 20, 30. There we go. So you can get all the way around to there. Oh, which you could use to dash, but okay, okay, okay. Shade. Okay. Yeah. Let me just check. Can't remember the precise effect that has. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you can. I think you could throw that. It's the applying the oil takes 10 minutes if you want to rub it all over yourself. But you're trying to put it on the ground, so yeah, that's fine. You can throw it. I will say you can only throw it 30 feet though. Okay, how far? That one? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Make me make a hit roll to get it on target. No. Well. Okay. Right. So that's. Yeah. I mean, what? Okay, 19 is on target then. Sorry, was 16 was that just the roll? Oh right, okay. Sorry, yes. So sorry, should have been clear. Yeah, for an improvised weapon, that's great. In that case, that is on target. Yeah, you toss this bottle, and it somersaults through the air, and it shatters between the front hooves of this creature. Yeah, let me. Yeah, it rolls a natural 1. So yeah, it's this oil splatters across the floor, and the beast glances down at it, tries to take a step backwards to see what it is, and its hooves just go straight out from underneath it, and it's like its chin smacks down on the ground. It is prone. Oh, sideways. Okay. Where? Okay. Yes. Absolutely. You can. So yeah, you can have advantage with your. Oh, good. Okay. Yep. Again, you managed to jam it in between a couple of plates. A little jet of steam escapes. Yes. Let's see. With yeah, you can. It is. Yeah. Yep. Go on. I'll allow it. Yeah. You are. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. A bigger jet of steam escapes, and like you hear something go. Something pings inside its body. That definitely did it more damage. Next up is Hester. Oh. Let me just zoom in. Oh no, I don't want to get that close because I can't see Pims. There we go. That's us. Sorry, that's where you are. That's you. That's Deracles. Yeah. Ooh. Right. Okay. The magic envelops Deracles, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. You hear a voice in the back of your head whisper, "It will take more than that. I can save your friend for a price." Yeah. Yeah, go on. You do recognise the voice. It is. You okay. You've hang on, bear with me. Recover ancient scrolls from the temple in the mountains. Okay. In that case, yeah, you let's see. Your magic surrounding Dericles' form that was kind of like dissipating uselessly suddenly grows stronger, and it begins to. You can see his immobile body begins to vibrate slightly, and suddenly the surface of his skin like cracks, and bits of it begin to flake off, revealing fresh red fur beneath, and basically the outer surface of the stone Dericles cracks all over, bits flake off, and Dericles, you are restored. Let's get rid of that. Oops, sorry. Yes, you have. Okay. Okay, that was Hester's turn. Right, let's see. The bull has to use its move to climb back on its feet. Now, does it need to make a... Let me just check the... Okay, so it takes... Right, so it uses half of its move to get up, struggles to its feet, and then it staggers forward. Let's see, that far. It's not quite. It doesn't have enough inertia to charge. So it moves that far. It just pushes the dancing blade aside as it moves through that space. Okay. That's a feature on the to-do list. But what can I do? I'll remember it for the moment. Tell you what, I'll make. Well, a minute, that's quite a long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate you again. Yes. And I'm going to put... There we go. I'm going to use a poisoned version of you. There we go. You are centered there. And I'm just going to... In fact... sorry. And then I'm going to drop it to a slightly lower... I'll sort this out in a moment. I'm just going to get it to sort behind. It's there. There we go. That'll do. So that will now sort behind everything else. Okay. Yeah, got to sort out the area effects. So that serves as a reminder. It is now Derocles' turn. Oh. Okay. Yeah, where do you want to move to? Just straight down there? Or do you want to move around it? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Okay. Okay. That does hit. Well, roll anyway. Okay. Sorry, what was the normal damage? That was it. 10. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you carve across it with your axe, and your blade sort of catches under some of the plates, and like one of them pops off. Okay, that is. Oh, of course. Forget your higher level now. That also hits. Okay. Yeah, you carve into it again and batter its iron hide. It is. It continues to puff and blow and so on. Pims, it's your turn. Yeah, okay. You can. You know roughly where it landed. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Yeah, let's see. I think. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to roll the dice to see if which side it went. Oh, you're in luck. It went your side. So it's basically about it's about here. Why? Yeah, that's 20. Go on then. I'll allow picking it up as a bonus action because it's cool. Yeah. Make a hit roll. That hits. Excellent. Roll that lightning damage. Okay. 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 Yeah, it does. It's basically a lightning bolt spell. Yeah. It could have been unpleasant if either of those shades were actually shade, but they're not. Okay. Yeah, it does not. So roll your damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You hurl the javelin, and as Pims releases the javelin, there's a kind of there's a crackle around his fingers. The air in the wake of the javelin ionizes, and as the javelin plunges into the beast's metal skin, the air between Pims and the javelin suddenly crackles into life with electricity. The lightning bolt kind of like rips across the bull's skin, and several of the iron plates across its back sort of like pop adrift, and jets of steam pop out from underneath them. It did not like that. It now has a javelin sticking out of its back. You didn't see it thrown, did you? So no, make a perception roll. That's good enough. Okay. You move 20 to get there. You've only got 10 foot of movement, so you can get to there. Your move is 30, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Great. So that's Pims. Shade, your turn. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Where do you want to move the sword to? Okay. I will point out with your dancing blade, you don't get flanking. I'm afraid, because it's not the same as a real person harassing somebody. You do get sneak attack. Wait, do you have advantage? Oh no, there's. What's the rules for sneak attack? You have an ally. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, go on. That will hit. Wow, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, your dancing blade basically finds a gap between two plates. It stabs and it twists, and one of the plates goes pop. There's a trickle of oil from underneath. Okay, but Hester, it's your turn. Okay. It fails. Okay. I don't think anybody is hurt. Okay. There we go. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. What do you need to know? Yeah. What do you need? What do you need to know about? What do you need? What are you trying to do? Gives it an extra D8. Oh wait, no. It increases by D8 for every 2 slot levels above second. You can still cast it at third, but you won't get the extra D8. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a hit. Okay. Right. Yeah, you're. Yeah, your book manifests and slams into the bull. It it looks slightly dazed. It is looking really quite battered now. A lot of the plates are kind of slightly ajar. There is steam escaping as it moves. Oil leaking from in between the plates. And let's see, and it. Damn it. Okay. It's struggling to sort of like draw breath. It seems like. Okay. It turns to face Dericles, and it. Hang on a minute. Let's see. It lowers its head and and gores at you with its horns. That is 18 to hit. That will hit. Okay. Sorry, should have had this. This just goes to show this is the first time it's actually got to hit anybody. I need special dice. There we go. That is 7 points of... No, sorry. 15 points of bludgeoning damage. So 15... Yeah. Let's see. And then it rears up and attacks with its hooves. That's 22 to hit. Yeah, and so that is going to be no. That's another 14 bludgeoning damage. It is okay. That's its entire action. So Dericles, it's now your turn. That will hit. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay. Oh. Oh yes. Go on. Yeah, your first attack sort of like lands right on its shoulder. An iron plate gives way, and there's a pulse of white light that shines out through the gaps in its the chinks in its armor plates from within its body. Roll your second. Great, that hits. Okay. Wow, yeah, it's that almost that blow almost drops it to its knees, but it's holding. It's still on its feet, just about. Okay, right. It is. It is looking badly weakened after that barrage of attacks from Dericles. Pims, you're up. Oh, within 10 feet. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you can get around the oil. He's so easily distracted. Okay. Yeah. What's your role? Okay. Yeah. Oh, not quite. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That will hit. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you thrust your glaive right into its flank, deep, and not only does the armor plating part, but like you hear like a strange kind of like grinding noise of some sort of mechanism. It sounds horrible. And like a great gout of oil is dumped onto the floor. The thing is like its legs are trembling now. Okay, go for it. Oh, that will hit. You're just showing off now. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Your second, you pull your glaive out and then like stab again. This time you catch it right in the throat, and its roar is suddenly truncated, and a whole you hear a whole sequence of strange mechanical noises as there seems to be like this chain reaction of things breaking down deep down inside its body, and suddenly sort of like its front legs give way, and then sort of like a gout of steam comes out from its sides, and like then its back legs collapse, and the whole thing kind of shudders to a halt and becomes immobile in front of you. Okay. Well, actually, Pim's last blow has all but severed the head. Okay. Yeah, you can manage to detach the head. Even just the head on its own is enormously heavy. I think it's pretty late, so I think we should leave it right there. with the party victorious, and we'll pick that up next week. Okay. I'm sorry it went so long, but it was epic, no, yes, that's well, one of you is. Well, tell you what, we'll pick that up next week, and thank you for watching. We will please like and subscribe and follow and do all the things, and we will see you next Tuesday at 7:30 GMT. Thank you for watching.